Senator Elizabeth Warren was on The View and was asked by Meghan McCain why it's so hard to call Soleimani a terrorist. I'll roll that tape.
You issued a statement calling Soleimani a murderer. Later, you issued a second statement saying that he was, quote, an assassination of a senior foreign military official. Now, this is a man who obviously is responsible for hundreds of American troops' deaths, carnage that we can't even imagine. The Treasury Department and the State Department have both designated the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps as a terrorist organization. I don't understand the flip-flop.
This isn't a change. They're truth. The question is, what is the response that the President of the United States should make at an appropriate time? He's part of a group that has been designated.
But is he a terrorist?
He is part of a group that's been designated.
So he's not a terrorist.
Of course he is.
That was a good exchange, I'd say. Iowa Senator Joni Ernst joins us now. Madam Senator, I know you were listening to that. Your reaction, please.
Well, hey, it is easy for me to call General Soleimani a terrorist. For heaven's sakes, this is a man who orchestrated terrorist proxies all around the globe and supplied them with deadly devices, those IEDs that have killed and maimed hundreds and thousands of Americans. He is a terrorist. There is no doubt about it. It's easy.
You're a combat veteran. I think you're the first female combat veteran to be elected to the United States Senate. When you hear this kind of thing, when you hear a politician, you cannot describe a man like Soleimani as a terrorist. You just can't do it. How does it make you feel?
Well, I get very disheartened about the state of our political affairs and the division that we see between our parties, because this should be simple. This is for the good of America. President Trump did absolutely the right thing by taking out this terrorist. And not only was he just an everyday terrorist, but again, he is one that has orchestrated attacks all around this globe. He has threatened not only Americans, but our allied forces. And for heaven's sakes, the world is a safer place without him.
So the question is, what comes next? And we're going to hear from the president in about 15 minutes. We understand that he's going to say, let de-escalate, but keep maximum pressure against Iran. That's what we believe he's going to say. Would that meet with your approval?
Well, and I believe that is what the president is going to state as well, and it does meet with my approval. We don't want war with Iran, and Iran has stated they don't want war with us. But what we see out there is asymmetrical gray zone activity, which goes short of war coming from Iran. And so we do have to keep maximum pressure through diplomatic channels, through economic channels. And I think the president is doing the right thing. He has a great team of advisors walking him through every step possible. And I think the president has done a phenomenal job when it comes to Iran.
We're told by former CIA people that maybe overnight there was some exchange of messages between Washington, D.C. and Tehran, Iran. And that maybe those messages from our president were, we took out Soleimani, you do anything again, and we'll take out some of your leaders. Would you approve of that?
Well, and while I can't verify that, but certainly I think the president would have a very strong message to Iran. And former administrations didn't deal with Iran. They allowed them to walk all over us as a nation. And finally, we do have a president that has said enough is enough. You will stop killing Americans. The takeout of Soleimani demonstrates this quite clearly, and thankfully now we have that red line that is drawn, and Iran knows if they cross it, they will be dealt with.
So you're saying that the red line works? That you make a significant, you do that again and we'll really come after you, and you're saying that works, that'll keep them in the box.
That works, and they know that if they cross it again, if they kill another American, that we will target them as well. So the president has made that quite clear. He hasn't made random threats out there. He's actually stated something and he's followed through. Iran now knows what those boundaries are, and if they cross them again, they'll be dealt with.
Forgive me for asking, Madam Senator, because I didn't look it up and I should have, but you're a combat veteran from Iraq?
That is correct. That is correct.
May I ask what you did there?
And I was a transportation company commander, and we ran convoys up and down those roads from Kuwait into Iraq, delivering supplies for our warriors up north. God bless our troops in that region, and our prayers are with them.
You were in charge of convoys, some of which may have been hit by IEDs planted by the Iranian people under Soleimani.
Absolutely.
So you have no objection to taking him out at all, do you? No
objection. And I do happen to know of many individuals that have been maimed. We've seen them cross through Walter Reed. Many of them will go to San Antonio, to BAMC there. But yes, General Soleimani has been involved in many of the IED incidents that we have seen through Iraq. We know he has supported the proxy forces there and in other countries as well. I have no qualms about that man being off the face of the planet.
I think we should leave it right there. Senator Joni Ernst, Republican, Iowa, combat veteran. Thanks for joining us, ma'am. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Stuart.
Thank you.